Nonsia abo o my Ghana de shema mu nyina mu ajo Sompa TV so ne brana redu san no sia ka se boy abo no frefedium ha no yado nyina ta abesom wona ka se boy abafa Sompa Kumase 93.1 na Sompa Kranza na fesunwane wonom so ebefa bi awie chenso information centers bebro beso ha ne aduasanum wonom so fa ka se boy ato apete ya Ghana de hye etiebi wo fiefie mu nkwankwan nu ase bebe biada wo biada ya mu adwo sanso edawase ana samodo yode bano ne edum akote no bi enie ya tete se nyame yi adomu a workshop bi eba bekoso ewo mra hyebedwafie de fa 2024 my Ghana your budget here you rakeno frata wabakenkan no ehu sanso na Ghana Medical Association adokota fon kabo mu kodi atodwa se wo condition of service ho abano nyame ya domu a aye general bosome no wonhwe so obema nani ekuhu na ana kurapo no yewra kandapa wono ene yo so for ye o my Ghana ye bambo ne ade wo hwe no adi hu dwuma na wode krata bia kwakọ piemu omrahye bedwafie ya wo kyerekye mo Garu eno tempani na no ada sra foto mu a ekoto sha ade hye no so no ekwa pote ye nam so a ema no ebasa kana mrahye bedwane ya wo gina ode mo manfo a ewo adwoso abato mpaso so ye ru akwabe na wusu aduomi wonso akasa wo se nipa ba akopɛ no obetumi abo my Ghana ene ye ru Alan Kwadwo Chematin sanso anabusuan ya tete bribi fra danse aso kwa abato mpaso so anpipi amanyoko no ne yetete a kire search tafo ne bi akwakobo dompem ewo party office na nneoma ahodo a won mo ye de enye asemkuma kra afoforo bi ka renum ho ya bobo ne nyina no asi ho nkonwa yada baba sombo san murno sia kase bona ya hye no so sabonta tia betimi atwa so no otama base ya faseda emanyumakuo yi aya 21st clinic was the sciatica expert eno ache no kra mpo no I care herbal clinic was ya safie ne won mo tefa beta wonom na won mo hwe yade no emfa emawo express group yade wo to fa okwa brochimemu kwana kwa ya dwuma kosua de na ho entumi ento afei through herbal center ya no pa de abadwama so no 3 core capsules no abusua banya bia to wate mezo and 5G drinking so etuetua lai na afen so krampo no ya kade a chew se asompa chade no ya guso da ya yebo ho dawuru se abusua de wo don sam no de ma de de baba bia da yenso ebesum wani nyumaku a won madoma so ya sene a yade no meno nsia ka se bo eba besom mo e wo kasafidie so na me amatena se amagye adwa na me baba kenkan ensami metin ene akosuya aje wakode wate afejibre na ensam no ankasa yenchechi mu emfa emawo nyankropon ya domu a ayabosome ya ewom ya no ye hwe ne mu se ye rakeno frata wabakọ my Ghana no ahyebadwafie na afi no 2024 mechafie besimo no budget akọma bosika ye de ba ya dwuma no wobetumi akọkyerɛkyerɛ mu ewo mrahyebadwafie na afi so atọweto my Ghana fa na ba bibiada na ye hunu ye sika na enumuo no ye tete bribi se ade afro no se 2024 post budget workshop nyame ya domu a na ye hwe ne mu se Rock City Hotel ena campaign for ba hyehye so no aya kwanya kase pa ya won mo biamu sane ye beye na afi we budget no a aye rakeno frota baken kan ye de djuma afi besimu no wobetumi a kire mu ama fenso yenye mu hye huna hodro won mo mabene wo mu ni mo de afa ne sikasem wo no betumi aba baka bie na won ma kire won ma dwen de a kire mrahye bedwafo no na enumu no na ye hwa no mu se ene no embaifo kire se Rock City Hotel a won mo so adwene ya se wo mo de kono ensakra kakra bam kakra yakase right honorable speaker ya wamra shebadwafie yera urban smart papen ade atodwa ekirem se wo hwemo pa no wanyame adoma 2024 budget no eda sonko kra esanse IMF eno my Ghana kwantiase apamo a enwo akwakọ yin so man ye nyina etimiti ye ho ase enkyerkyeremu ne koyie na ntiase no so dampefe eno titire nti na won mo beye ho nkyerkyere ewo mra hyebadwafie sane be ya mra hyebadwafo no benye mo ntiase na ato pete wo my Ghana afana baby biada ebra right honorable speaker ye rasoma na papen wakasa ewo mra hyebadwafie no some say and what it
Democracy has finally decided, and the people have prevailed on their representatives to decide that this year's post-budget workshop be held here in Parliament. Honorable members, it is so decided. But reporting will definitely be Saturday early in the morning. And we'll use the floor of the House as the main conference room. But the other conference rooms will serve for side workshops, and the model has changed. We are now not going to listen to lectures from experts. It will not be lectures. It will be training of trainers. You yourselves will now be trained on how to analyze budgets from sector to sector, going through the estimates yourself, drawing your attention to various alternatives, which will engender healthy debates on the floor.
And what you know, and minority leader, your my Ghana, no Shebejofie, Dr. Keso to force and so the two draw a trust. Already was Serenity Mokasaka Crase. Sa committee now one more year, now one more time. So I saw Saturday far post budget no one no. I watch us away no venue no. Be a report ya one more quiet no ya dear copy ho. Ama one more time show and you may be at the China Shakakra.
The Honourable MP for Buem, the Honourable Kofi Adams, has indicated publicly that there is the need for Ghana's Parliament to consider holding the post-budget workshop here. So, Speaker, he said this in good faith, considering the mood of the country, considering the state of our economy. So, Speaker, it is only right that as members of Parliament, we attempt to save the public's purse. Speaker, I support the call from the Honourable Member from Bueb, the Honourable Kofi Adams, that the post-budget workshop should be held here. So, Speaker, this is particularly important. This is particularly important because, Speaker, clearly, we have to save the country from further expenditures. Mr. Speaker, I'm urging colleagues that in as much as we are holding the post-budget workshops here, members must also ensure that they attend. They must attend, and we should all participate fully. Mr. Speaker, oftentimes when you hold workshops here, members do not participate properly. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleading with colleagues that we should all endeavor to participate.
I was sharing a turn and carry a dom kumano bano dani. Dr. Keso to force and non watching no. Dom Cassiano bano dani one more for say chairman Sabunsu. What also the Kakra SOCC.
On occasions when we attempted to do that, on 2 occasions when we held at Gimpa, one participation was poor, and those who participated soon after the inauguration, many of them left. And others were distracted in various ways. And so we took a decision that it's better to have these workshops outside Accra. So for participation and also maintaining a focus without doing it in Accra, outside Accra, is a better option. That's what we have been doing ever since. Mr. Speaker, the issue about between Rock City and Water Serene, I think even last year came up. You are right when you alluded to the cost differentials. My information was that the management of Rock City came back to say that they had given Parliament a rebate, bringing it about the same level as Water Serene. Mr. Speaker, I have no fixation wherever it's held, Water Serene or Rock City. And I've made this opinion abundantly clear anytime that we have come to discuss this.
Abusiani yanena eti nkomo yana sadi okasa yeyi ayadom kese do pando tani awo ma Ghana mra sebedwafie won monya force chairmansa bunsu Ghana Medical Association ayadokotafo nkabomko a awo ma Ghana emu na wo mo na de krata tenten akwa Fair Wages and Salaries Commission ya won mo gina mo dia ma ban no sanyame anim ni ansam hapa na sanki ye bia mo dia to wosa dokotafo nso wọ́n nka wọ́n nsam nkyera ban a enka ban no kra na so bebu na nyina no yese drum bi na se wọ́n ko ma wo megie mu a wokɔhwɛ dɔkota paa ya wasom man ne fie bebre na wɔkɔ na ho megie mu sika fia bi ne yɛde ama no aya ne ha dwene adrum bi nso krampo sɛ dɔkota ni ayade wɔkɔ ayaresa bia nyanam kakra wɔsenka ne saka no ne nyina no saa no ma ne ma ento mo sra ban sɛ na dawro mo wɔhwɛ sɛ nyame yɛ adom a January bosom yɛ besimu no wɔbɛtumi atoto nneɛma yie ɛde ama wɔnom na nhyiamode sonko a wɔn kɔ ya na ɛtɔso makoma kwaduasia num ana president Adema Ghana Medical Association Dr. Frank Serbo what to dwa ɛkyerɛ sɛ nyame anim ni sanka abayɛ hwɛ no wɔyɛ no saa ma wɔn mu a adokotafo nso wɔn ani bɛgye ho paa.
We are often regarded as superhuman beings and as such immune to sickness. There is always the erroneous perception that because we are in the health facilities, it grants us full access to healthcare. This assertion is a brutal scam, and I must say that this is a projection of neo-colonial subjugation that hasn't helped our cause as health workers. Our work exposes us to the double burden of hazardous environment leading to exposure to multitude of afflictions. Our long and stressful working hours makes it nearly impossible and difficult for us to adopt healthy lifestyles in terms of our eating habits, exercises, and adequate sleep. We end up suffering from various forms of infectious and non-infectious communicable diseases. Our mental health is not spared in this ordeal. The poor working conditions and the inadequate compensation, that is why I brought Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance here. For our work, compounds the situation with financial wahala. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest and the most important question is, who cares for the
and what you know, and I was one for the chair or show my gun, yes, some so. Mamma, Abena was sorry, answered the two judges, saying, your enemy, Ghana by an offer dear pa, Nemo Mona Kakra, and one more shop was said, Yadokota for him by a bino abayadiamaonum.
Our commitment to improving the conditions of our medical practitioners remains steadfast. We are actively engaged in discussions surrounding the conditions of service, and we know that progress have been made, and very soon we'll be signing the agreements moving forward. So the chairman and president of GMA, I just want to assure you that we have made some progress, and very soon Fair Wages and Salaries Commission will be calling a meeting to kickstart the operationalization or the finalization of your new conditions of service. And like I said, your conditions of service is bespoke to the GMA. We have been able to do it for the past 7 years, and I know this year will not be an exception. Admittedly, our pledge to offer exemptions for the importation of vehicles for doctors have delayed. This was largely due to the efforts to comprehensively streamline our exemptions regime. Thankfully, Parliament passed the exemptions bill last year, and we are now repositioned to engage or in an engagement that we believe will manifest in this important pledge to ease the transportation burden of our doctors.
I was saying and Kay, I was so forward the chair or show my gun, your sick as some so, Mamma Abena or say Asari. Ya to some so na what you chairman and no ya watano. and Omagana Mara Jafieto and Sada Frey, National Security Minister Yerakanda Pasa Mama Chrim, and Emma would be a course on and sent them our Garu Nitempani, Yeri Chirasra for Dom Coto Shetimum Fossil, as Sibam one was Sibam Trofono, the Amana San, one Abambum, some Danabem, one was over to me about Chirimu. Now a new Makwacho, I'm on my young Fono, one to me and Quanko Pium, I'm so I'm on the Cratan Tin. I walk on Mamma Soldier for your watchers already was Rada, and yes, be our done that you corner dema woman, no one no. As some walk quarter, ya quarter 2D, and Tinyas over to your church and your Mabakum Yunubi, and the actual quarter no. Now, what I rakanda pa, what can someone say, and what can I say?
Operation in Garu in the Upper East region. Upon their arrival in Garu, the team was besieged by some irate youth who were armed with weapons, including AK-47 rifles, among others. Mr. Speaker, despite initial attempts to introduce themselves as national security personnel, the irate youth proceeded to attack the officers by firing multiple gunshots at a black Toyota Land Cruiser in which the officers were seated. Mr. Speaker, following an escalation of the attacks on their vehicle, the officers drove to the Garu police station to seek refuge. The irate youth then pursued the officers, encircled the police station, and fired multiple shots at sea. The timely intervention of personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces enabled the safe evacuation of the national security personnel from the Garu police station. Indeed, Mr. Speaker,
and what you know, and I'm Rasabajani, our general demo for I walk Garaba Trumpus so. One man for Lazuga, Albert, one so Casaya Trust, and Yamini, as somewhere you can dapa a cayano, or Caswan in the Yardinia, no bois.
I want to state that the facts on the ground is at variance with what the minister is briefing this house. That the people were in the car and which was shot at. My checks on the ground doesn't prove that that is a fact. My checks on the ground also prove that the youth who met the car on the 24th evening helped them, escorted them to the police station. It was at the police station that after the police commander, the BNI and all other security heads in the place didn't know anything about the presence of the people in the place. That led to some suspicion, and then the youth then insisted that they wanted to search the car. It is that altercation or that kind of arguments that brought some kind of heat. As at the time, the police commander of the station, the BNI, the DCE, I personally spoke with the DCE, and then even the regional minister, none of the security heads in the area knew about the so-called national security presence in the place.
And what you know, and not Tempani Masabajani, Mamma Lydia, Lamisi, one of the 2 jar etrasa, some of the other Serapa, some Remumapa, and to me, Cosonemo, one see my one more can participate, Cabatumia Boapa.
By now, you are taking note of what is going on, and I want to make few recommendations to the statement that you have made. You mentioned that the issue is before court, and we don't need to talk about it. But I believe that with these few recommendations, it will help us. 1, we need an independent investigation into what has happened. 2, we need the people who are nursing their wounds to be helped to treat themselves. And 3, you know that somebody is dead. I believe by now it has been brought to your attention that somebody is dead. I know also that you know that some people are still being hospitalized. And we believe that you should help them to get well. And 3, the people that have been beaten need compensation. But above all, we need an apology as people of Garu and Timpani. Most especially the people of Timpani, because they were not in the crime scene. They were just beaten by circumstances of your people. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Right, Honorable Speaker.
I was attending K. Timpani Marshabajani, Mammy Lydia, Lamisi, and a Kasayi. Your concern for Fromona and Canema Shabajani and what general the moment for. I was just so about 1% when you folk have been also a dumi. And what it so a year party at Chita for ya one. I was just one name at Sarah. Oh my God, I know your swansa. Ya wouldn't you know mudru. Now, and people near this in one. One more yaquas are across sano, needling in a pet. Will be a bad and what the pastor, but now on your shore, Sabaya. Masam no ba dia mamwo no na no ya kwakwa ebo chibidi eno na wo sra se nipa ba kopo betimi abo o man no na ga na ye fra domu akwa domu aye ye ra ala no kodwo chemate nei wache no ho free NPP amanyokuo nimu no enam so ama wo sra ne manfa wo adwoso abaton peso so ta wo mo reso betimi ato aba ma no sanse wo no nko a ene nipa do o man no ebekọ nkwagim
toda NPP party ye ngam toda ni ana nipa na alanjamatia ya me ozo adiomi me di na chi me pena se ho oye politician papa why na ati alanjamatia wa zamda bisi da why na ati alanu wa zamda aso alanjamatia lawyer ni pani osai economist ebra ya gazi ya ko IMF na Ghana for ni ade man let me check nsemu mu ye etre Ghana for ya na chamati kwa omo so na omo economic messiah no ni ade man let me kasa e man Ghana omo ntimi ya na chamati Ghana ye nya na chamati ko no die ni ya na chamati Yesu so Sunny is in your party, no? So free region be a problem.
I was saying, no, Cassa, ye, and Canemo Sabajania. Or general the moment for a word just about 1% so you're a quabina osu adumi. Na anani atete ye free adansia so kwa about 1% so no na enya samketo akra NPP amanyoko no party no chita phobia 1% no so na kwa dompem e wo party office ani ye yanko abusuo bi nim de won moje ne nyina no yasa disciplinary committee ya 1% no so no yewra kwabena owusu anasa kwa owusu ana edi won manimu ana won motonsa erefro panyipa ya France kwabena samoa se wo mra mayi nsem bia no se ya na sentam wo de hand dryers ahodo ne sika aka ho kwache hairdressers association you abra wa mo party no amane enti wo mra ma kirem na sa papa yi ayaka no wasam yi a ya twene rada na kwa akogena disciplinary committee fo animu no wo waso obetumi aprem na shebedwa akonwa e wo mpeso no so enti ano na kan wo bi etu chitafo no sa akwamo mo kira za ya no ana sa na ame mo ankasara ya musamoni ate ana mote wo enya de ombetena se kora na won ma yenhwe han enam so nti wo nyina agi bum aya sa wo kwa akwata ye wura kwabena samwachi sade ya beya de besie betumi asie na abra chitafo no koduru ye na won mu ye dede samamu awodo e kire se yero akwabena samwa sampanyufo anye ne mu na wa ne ho amfiri won mo samu a anya de ombeti ase na busua hwe ekọ ya twe bi nsam sei ana chitafo ne kan
ti last 2 weeks ana association here say ene graduation my members na do for no omo po mo no ana nyame nchaade ye na onabo kwabena asiama akwabena samwa eba say oh the man invitation there wonu so ya dance ni ondi mi hwe say adanse bibi say e wo mabunu ho a wonu so ntimi dare chi ahwe yesa eti wo ye na dwe say wo de drives kakra dey bre kitesia na omapo omo no sebi ya ti sa asem no ya lige pa enti ya de empa ya bo man say abena bre nyina no onhwe say won ma wei enya ade a etwam akọ abena benye betu nsafem bia omomode no mra wode sie yo se obeba ya tiwa no ma ya nti wi se honorable se ya friend se o membe yin sama no party office adentie ya tumi be no wo se obeye mabunu muwa na se emfa kwa mu sebi ye wi ma se ye ketia mo no ana wakwa yesa organization won ne party executive sakwa say omon fe no na mo ma no won ni tumi biasa
oba adoye obeye no de beye politics yeah ti asem no we kakra because ono oba no wan beka politics asem ono ye na ye graduation na invite no e no oba kra dry odi ba kra na boy pusa nwa say odi dry na ba oti na abebo ankwala ya odi dryers ni bre na ye ti say si odi dry na odi ba na odi be ya politics ba ye oba enso wan be ka politics asem bia ewom ye kra enim kra so ye o politics mu kra wan be ka bibia fa politics mu on di adoye e no be adoye na odi be yen say nkura na omo apon omo hu no omo so omo benya dryer any bibi kakra edia start omo ejuma na omen because
abusia no chi no yewra kwabna samwo ye ne na chitafo boafuei wono so kasa che se wo srada adwebrɛw anyadwuma
me ba ha na nye bone me constituency executives and a Thomas a frame. So, Camembra, na me no mo medi nkom. Ti ye ba enso no nkom no ye boko. Enye asem bia, ni je sem kese. Asema na mo kan se no mo nim se omo de hye bi o baabi. Enti se mo baabi sa memra na me no mo kambom na enya yenye dwuma na party no tumpon. Enti me so metie na sopam ye no mbeka boma ye dwuma se na ba MPP dwuma no betumpon e wo constituency no. Enti enya asem bia amedamo ase
abusia oro kwabena samwon yatene kana wa hwaso obetumi aprema shebedwa akwanya awadanse asokwa abato empeso so yato nsam no so afempemie no ane aduonu ba ko 2021 ne mu sabe na November abuso da to so dunso ana Ghana ban anam no so afo a wo ma Ghana akwantempon nsam so de beto dwa akira sanyame anim ni to sika no a yajoje no sika no shapa enam so ntiaba no ye firi ho na wode de afra no se ilevi ade abasa ne be ya Ghana ni mapa bia betumi atua bie ama no ayeje na enam so ama wo hye adehye no wo mo ye adwuma wo to wo no nyina bo se wo behwe se ne be ya o manfo no nyina da adwuma wo mo ahwere no wo mo sa betumi aka foforo na afa so kura bosome bia no sika kakra de adehye no sa betumi aka na efra fepini enu ane aduonu ba ko 2021 no bepem ne no abusua yante hwe sa ban ma won mo adwuma se o moda so tefie se o munya bosome akatua ana bibi atesa no eya kwakwa ebo achibidin ye kwa o ma no so na ye ne general secretary Adama Ghana Toll Workers Union Ora Edward Duncan atwetwe enkomo obanyeka se mo ajo
ye nya medusu momi e pacho me o ye nyame adom
ede nyame ase ma America misasa asese nyame adom so aban na famona
me pacho debi abani hwe na meda was first of all say akonya amomoye my to me kan asen aban nhwe na o kasa no o kan since 2021 17 November aban kan budget ministry people no go good to na later no more dey insensem be yi omo no but sa act no mo ye no it was illegal because still no say act of parliament editu mu say anka e be say e guna parliament na was a bobo one sana e be gunu za ban no e enfunso say good to in the first place na washe yembo say okay we good to no any policy direction at the same what washe yembo obetua yen every month na wa pay duma foforo amayen so nti up until yen sabeka eduma foforo na wo pay amayen no obetua yen na fan sustain ye ho kakaka but sadly since 2022 January ebepimende omuma ye 1 cedi mpo and none of our members were abina management. Yeah, about 800 workers. Obi biara ni ho abina management. Obi biara ni ho abina so man 1 cedi. See again why antia say because aban with all the resources at your disposal. Mpenimfo every month biya moji mo akechia. Moko meeting biya moji mo per diem. Moji mo sitting allowance any nyoma nyina. Common salary I do maintain 700 cities, 500 cities, I do maintain Moon to me say be make common, but any commons are. But sir, 700 cities compared to you, your salary and your per diem and your sitting allowance. Moon to me my because too many were moon same, and you decide what you want to do with the power to the detriment of your citizens. I was buying kind who say, and I got a phone kind who say, a dumana na no, and then for so be an a buying a good dumano. A buying an casa na see o good dumano. No better for my. In for so ben I in for so ben and I also the levy airba. Now the levy bar. A band is saying I will go good too. Mamma can be told no 20 of the tolls every day and you have 200,000 cities every day. Sasika put away and toll operations, it is not too expensive. Once you set up your friends structure, any machines never work on them, who set you here, Nyaka your paper ni ink. Any manpower. Enti anka wo share operational cost any sky in operational cost NG more than 5%. Me ha mania. Enti profitable venture say and then a be push you ama wo be close this venture. Now what pushing onto the list of unemployed youths in the country. What exposing to illegalities. There are some of us, I can tell you, say, I cannot say for a fact, but when you say now, me work, yeah, colleagues need be move village galamsey areas. So how would you know, say, obi akobaka or kwakoye galamsey now, who fighting, who spending resources to fight, where ye free her for the person to survive, he will be tempted. So what's our avenue now? He will be tempted to go into that galamsey now, will try to fight now. Into when with that ripple effect, and then any influence.
The radio, Mododo no ankasa won ha wani nka. Mobile ba say ankasa ni parodua to no empanyfo gu no ha mo no.
Be se me ka omo ha omwie ni nyina ka bom the doors, but workers na to workers, cleaners, security, supervisors, collectors, coordinators, they are about 800. But they can't or more muton, maybe mutunton, nyoma wo any yebushia 4, any or more to me, or more depending on yeno, and they were going to the thousands.
No more sir ebia. Abano framo ni mudin commercial munkran, ne mo musikano nema, and I ran one framo kra.
Bepacho in the beginning, no. And yes, I'm moving on for you. Yeah, na 2 and among your call and sana or money Gaza because the petitions are called Parliament twice. And I 2 and among the Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways and meeting, I think 3 different locations. But in among 2 like discussion anyone happening in what they keep telling us, oh, yenya buchaka. I feel ebedu baby no. Oh, ko ho na ya avoid do. Yempese ebe shiao. Many will say your letter that Ministry of Roads and Highways say a audience with the minister, the honorable minister. Letter net that over 8 months in the response be the letter called the office of the vice president, and also last year the response. The letter called chief of staff office, and also the response. And also last year. Into I say in Peninfono avoiding I say. You are sweeping off the face of the map. Ghana ni mubi, ya nkahubi, ya citizens.
See, no more animal says a kwabase. I must some more can a ban when China so pemua. And Bapusum one number bibiana.
I quite to say, yeah, demonstrations, yeah, negotiations with Baba and Penny for those who matter and all. It has yielded no results because time and time again, I'm more disappointed here. your kind budget na your worry shame your kind media budget your worry shame you say call IMF no you hope say if we have an avenue to generate revenue in the country and Kabane be share na we be to na nka yakwa but anko banesa inti ye no ye hope say aban be tie na waye na said ye but say we tie ya omonka hu say every 4 years we get the opportunity to decide if the government has done well or not by our votes. Now, 800, your enyanum, your parents, your friends, your sympathizers, you call into the thousands, like I earlier said. There are those who sell around the tools. It is unperforming in our kabuma. And when you do now, you say, are buying on your not say they care about us and our welfare. Are buying beer or be care for your welfare. You be person no be ba. Now I be share your welfare, mine.
And just see, no more anymore. Kwasi brabay.
The bacho, you say Wednesday, you be kind budget. Inti, you sure say budget, you be see baby papa if you want.
Are you?
Yeah, until the area will train. I ain't change on a fee.
Abanya kasi ya me help yi mame fa won si wate na pebresu no nyame sha so oje yeso abusuande na kasa ye ora Edward Duncan we General Secretary Adema Ghana Toll Workers Union and yet se won so hi asem wo mo edeto Ghana ban animo no 21st clinic ni ya kan fodia mo bibiata sciatica expert pa abusuawo wo pa ba ba ko pa Wasiatica yade no betime to ase a 21st clinic yase to ase ntine na atwe de ba na amromu ewo mu ana so na so pesa tantai wonan na mu ye odudu wo sori aboe wo tena se aboe chase wo gye ba bia anyi a 21st clinic na wase wokọ antena se ma de na nyensamo ansa na watu anamo eni tine se pepe no anu a ahya se apompo so ba no na wakọ akọhwe yade no ebia na asiatica wate ya branches ne doso ayama akoma dunum ne akire ene wo ma Ghana mu ti afana ba bia de wokwa won sabaka ye wo ba kuma se aye wo hwe overseas junction ya ba ya for radio no wo bo asenso cancel quarters ena fen kran dome market ye ho sunyane nkranza tachiman ena fe ye branches ahoto wo da fra ya ba jo so wate 0540 311 311 0540 311 anadwe ya kan fomizo ana 5G drink ti amawe wono mu ana wotwe na wieye wade na hodo apono to ana wono to wo mini amode mizo ana 5G di dwuma no mo ankasa mo se de sibe koye enam mena se a enam hoboko abusua we yankeka wo minim anu wachi no drink bi wakora ampo no a wode go minim mu ana wafuru makaw wade na nkyesa eya kama ankasa anwodin subom emu nso api what a fair what in Ecopan Domu 2 0246 270 221 0246 270 221 na through Herbal Center Yenu Pio Diabano as a Konekopebi I get 3 core capsules Coco Massate drew a 2 coco na say I am Timone Beko so see ya dear need Johnny Bama dear Wadi and no one is here no Sisia na ade benwan wodi chim na ade pia e je sisia na wode ni mu a se anwuma we nyina ba da ye wokọ adwuma sokora na wontumi nya adwuma bia anti ne yesi won ya 3 core capsules koko masitadro no wotumi dia ye adwuma ama ho atopa na ekoba no se wono no nso so a adaboko ti ukosan so a wotumi chia na nanom ma ho to yankọ akwana keba Fredimans dan herba mesia ba epidank have me pharmacy en sabaka bi ana wo de frey 0546 107 107 0546 107 107 ye gina reso ya tonkrato ya ba pino a enagechi
Introducing Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved.
21st clinic yes sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo sirem wo je ho ba bi a enye na no na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia baso bo magine wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enyasem ketewa Womuji international awards ahodo womuji local awards ahodo na anu nso na womu be the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim ha no ebi ni baabi a gise 21st clinic nkoa womu de bibiduro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade ba ko a wo magidi womu pa no eye sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha baabi a womu ho 0540 311 311 0540 311 311. There's a 21st clinic. Woman is sciatica expert.
Sompa TV, Emma Akitiapa.
Yabadamo system ajebrachan ye amaya kwa ba ye to ansem no so jumade asonko bia kwaso awakoto chima technical vocational training center anam so mamra shebadwane ya wogire mu anasempo wawa so betumi aprema shebadwa akonya ne bi ewo Cape Coast North abato mpeso so won monya for Lawrence Ampa wade ato dwa a kyerese nyame animni ansare nyuma de obi antimi mu ne kwasio sabi anam so nti wobesere maburu ne se wo monyina afo mu nyim sanu nyuma de baboa dache watumi de abobra amano ayeji woni amane boni Eric Anan ene di sankomo
What's today? And then there yefunu sa Africa na nisi and oni nyina anyi edwaye enti afutu kakra mazuma oye yen youth me ankasa se akọ university ewiem akọ secondary school na pede so onye too late there or the Asia technical education there the technical education there bibia ebotu na azaye edwuma na bosumu no so aban Media Bacon, say I believe you, man. That's how be you, Simon. When may ends of me, and only too late there to go to Messia, welding, electrician, and fabrication, basic carpentry, Lina, Juma, which is there. Yeah, the car, regular, monthly job, Aban, Ayamana. And the question they say, I believe Juma, one return, by the Kitan Juma, and San Jumano, one return, or I was for life. Aban cannot employ all of us. We have a lot of youth who fear what's in engagement.
And what you know, Anna Kwajonya, Koya, what the kind way and Punto and a wakotochi. One also Casasi.
You didn't have a root. I shall say the number for the room to my Oyanoquat, Oyanoquat. Zay in Yakaku, which said there, Oyanoquat. No more Mamma said in the Infonoso. I am a Safoncotina, we and Sanujuma, Oye, the main Fonoso. Mamma, me afraid be pet now, me who are guest. But Master, they didn't send the machines. I thought to tell some for there, or more boy, and then say, by Musimly, you will soon be a bear 20 and no more. See, classes, you bet you may be. I don't know, those which may be in Barrena, first session, 9 to 12, the business 12 to 3.
And what you know, manager Adamako to Chita, the Clinical Vocational Training Center, or someone Nana Taria, and Sodaka Kratuaso.
First batch, MOM graduation. This was Africa. This was before the Boshazi. No one from they will be more aware, Madame Fred. But some day, what Bruce may first have a pump, the coats near Shroud near Nazano. No, what happens, them go from the actual Conde, Achaka 6 months time. No way to room or the room. Now, one of Abama, William of Shielity. It is whatever was so Africa by President, or do to you with na oma cross ma from wide and
Abusaya kwa mano so na ya kwa kodi nkomo na na yetete free infante no awa hafo no North Kroponi mu echemusa security guards mienu a ansan tam ne pebe no bo wo mutuo awa gamse site no another dua na akwakope wo no kwabra ewo yama no boni Ebeneza owusu ansa ene wo ho eba no majoy
pejo so akosia
na no ma kwasai
medase akosia se wadi nkan e dia tu dwa no sa pepepe enete na wotwi awieye e na emrantie mienu a wo be security guard ema mining concession dia ewo infante no etuo ekasa omuma omutu anana no wonsie do anokwasem na akwakoda ne aban asem a sisi amno kase no investigation ediso a koso atese enya asenketo a na no pam ne akwakwese ye de be ma ye fama sa anadwi na posifo mu waterpa ene ne monte so etimi ejema ama sisi a me no kase emrantie ne mienu yakwakopa omu kurabe na wo hwe se de na edom esi edi etire na akwakoya hometesem pa na akoso se de na ebusua wo mu so adehye atwa na nanu wonse do kan no mudi tuja chemu se senior approach friends say forestry commission for no etimi kokodi se adwumadie no abusua ne susu se empanifo bi na sansema wo bu kokrom wo ekodi se adwumadie no enti sampanifo no omunyi omumra ya totumienu bebia na mrantie ebo ho ban nyina so eye sa community mining na aban no ede bae a wo mu bebo asese mrantie ne mabawa ebetimi enya adwuma aye no enu bi na omu ye na nye se mrantie no ebo ban wa abra babia wo mu ye adwuma no emfa mra kwa mu a wo mu so ho bo ban enu ne nam suma omu so se busese sa community mining no a ekoso no eya aban na enim hu bi anase minister no ene betoto friends betutu anoma ho de trempanifo se anoma be ni enti panifo mra me yi ano nya saa wo mususu no eba bete wo mususu obo be retaliate a chete enya asem keto te si amro kate no emrantie na busua kire se wo mu ama me pa asem papa bi anka ntobu anase edwetwemu mapa ankoso no ma hunu ni papotia wasanse ma wo mu ebekum sa amrantie no mienu a enipa num susu eda hospital ne dia ani omu susu no ebe retaliate ma tete ano atamese na anopa na yekoko pie mu otepa no ayekoko hwem forestry commission omu offices na waterpa nyina ne mankauti nyina no ade se ni atuma wo mu nyina enadu a na wo se nkomu ba adwuma no omu nyina ma adwuma eriti manfo bi no ma omu ho no asusu ne Sompa esemtofo di nkomo ma omu susu kire omu ya omu kire se ne kwaya fa so a eba ye no omu kire mu kire Sompa katebo
only thing to me ignorant nti mu ya ne se wono na dane mu kuna ide ahwe wo se dwane do ka se dwane na me da me tia na mu se dwane me mu se twa kan bi a wo dwane ka wo insha boni ne sa boni na boni nsa ne mu ya ne se ya atiru ne fa ko class no na so na mu se mu ye say initially no yeah ne was ye perceive last side ne no mo sa ka chere say ye pien kwa hwe ne bi ano ne ye we mu no fie bo ye bi mu no ma no wo site wo ye ndie no ka no mo mate wo fie bo aseni ye de dan for continue fla ye ni 2 minutes ye say to ye de to site
na anwachi no ana ya na abusua na bi nso adedi nkombo fa ho anosom mientie won mai
kisho so be hwem nya sade obi retaliation that's the reality untimi nkokumo bi di hye kwa abra
tie Sompa
abusua ne ate won mo nkan aye adehye bi ya won mo wonfante no awa hafo ano kropon mu ne ate won mo enka no ye kwasan foforo mo na ne atete a kire se wo kwasai kwa traditional councilor wo mo nkonya damu a ewo ho no wo yoko enkonya dan no abusua enkonya ewo mu no emu mienu ayera ama kwakwaye ahomechesem ekwan ye fa so yera ye so obi ne kwowura hokọ yiye sempo na nanom ana agye won mate no de anya de ayehunu sesei na abusua panyin ye ono wa woyeko abusua nim adahye panyin kwadwo asubonten wono Sompa kase adi nkomo kire mu ekwa kora fa so a ema won mu hunu se nkonwa no emu mienu ayira
mamre kese to hini wu a ese ni wahimfi dano ne ye wo ho na disi ma ye krata se ye mra soko esi mu ko ho yo kan ne se kwa ahemfo ne se kwa hima ne nimpa info se o meto ahemfi apunu me kake disi se ni ba pan o yiko ade hini sem ye ntu ye tumu ani ya mamre bo abra e ba se kwa man e di muso so be ba se kwa amba bia mu ye kaya disi se ba bia ese o di to ni se kwa ahemfo ne se kwa hima e man tumi se o meto punu am see you no ade here dem say tuma ye nan ni ansa enti hoda ye banyampa na ngwafom na disi fia me say wo ma ba wo betum na me say me ka kira wo say ye tuma me ma ho plafom ba na ye disi ni mpanfo abeto epunum e wo mua na obi ba ho say me nkɔ hwe ahemfie ho ayema na me say enti na ho ayema no si disi ni mpanfo si wo mu bebie punu no ama hema ni mpanfo da ye mo mama ne me nso man kɔ ho wo mu bie punu no a ne om kan ne say wo mu bie nkonwa tuntum no punu no na nkonwa mienu ayira ne to so mienu ba bi esie nana no wo mu kɔ ne ahweti amena no ada say ye tufunu no ye ntu ye eno de wo mu ntibi de ma press for aso twe ti dana mi wo ho na ahemfo say kwa hema ne mpanfo esuma ade hie mpanfo be ye nan na krontire abusua panyin ankobia abusua panyin jasi abusua panyin na nabuga oye ye kwama nyina ne komfo o mba ya wo mu se kwa ahemfo se fie wo ya media na wo mu bie pono no na sa nkoya ne ni ho Abusiana shasani yakwaso wasai kwa traditional council no eno awobono mantamu na yakwane yakwa kodi nkomo yene yaman boni kwa meredu na ansa na no eno dadua Kumasi High Court akwa setena na nyina da afa ababa wa frene se maadwoa ya na sentamu posini ya wona na twempena kwobo ni tuo ya wadumu a anam so ma no hwere ne nkwa ya no emu asem da so twetwere ba ho court ya court gusu ada ya wodie eno na ya tete kire se court sa kwatena asem no so no won moto ahyeda ama ne mafo no kire se wo mo ntiase o wo mo ntiase ne wo kire na de kire so kan wo san sa asem no kurulu bi ya koso ewo baabi ya no abusua panyin na nado adi nkomo de fa ho
you do court no jail for no ti ati so go strike the judge no frefre o jail for no babo ama sama ko bi amba it's one man there say judge no it should judge so ati 4 December na so nchecha wona fa say the check no so nka ho ya say be do to see ya o say ta kum ya ni be fa ba bi say fa no what up one afa koti kwa na fa cheru ha ihu ya je so budi na pi e na fa koti kwa ya o mo de ko ya so bushafo ya che say ko baba na ye bi ka kire ma ka kire na so say ya hu say there o mo play the data so enya fi jiufo no abomodi aso boko strike ye che to mo baba omba asem de beche nanso enka ho kwa bia so ibinya kwa baba so a ye ne omudi ye no
asem no de che ne beche nanso enka ho kwa me
akosia
kwa me madre
so akosia
na nanso ko ye
akosia enneso ye ko court tra etnase ennenso na leadership Justice Rosemary Ba Chosu Pierre Dum eno no so what say e madwa ensem ekura ho na ebra ne de Tumasi Ahmed abegina adekam bra ne de se ekwan bia so ene asem no enkoso no betumi akwa animu esanse na anwa ye ko ya omo de share enne omo sa de share echina mpo se nka omo wie na na echina omo beto aso nanso enne no obotwe ne tiewa ne nyina ne se abegafo a womo etu womo se womo maame tosu echidom na omo hwa asem no na omo hya ase nkenne enka no enam bibi so nti ma saa nipa nso a ye bo omo edin se nka omo nyina meka maame tosu ho na omo ntra ase hwehwe asem no ne gubire no nipa nso no ye bo omo din wo court ho no ma kurukure ni ho no ma oyi ne ti wo ho na numu ana maame e kire se enipa nso a yade ne kan ho se omo ntra se omo hwe dwumadie mu no akoba se omo bia ntumi amma na eya kwa ese Yesu asem na enkro no ewo hene we de akoye nso eno wo hene eni nti no ontumi ono ko ntumi anya asem ne nta na ni ase nti wo hwe ni mu se enka huwe be busumi ayi besimi no ne da eye dumienu edi kan nko mo hye da to so nan nanso so ne anwenwere ho foforo ba mo mu tuko da to so dumienu nti onya da ebesimu no da to so dumienu ɛna media no anaasɛ asetena no ɛbɛsan akɔ so ɛnam so ma nnɛ asɛm a ɛfa amatimasi ɛne nakankyima maadoa ɛho bere a wato anam wɔ nsɛlɛ nam ne nsa so a wɔde kɔ adua ateta no no ɛnɛ yɛsa etu asɛm no ɛde ahyɛ ɛda foforɔ a mmerɛ mu no yɛbɛhwɛ ɛde a ɛbɛsi ɛwɔ saa busumi di mmienu ne de ɛtɔ so di mmienu no akɔhyia nti yɛhwɛ de mu sɛ ɛda nso duru hɔ a yɛ ɛbɛkɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ.
Yo, ɛde na kwamefoɔ ne de akyerɛ fam ma yɛ bosua ma ne bɔ ne kwame redu ɛna yɛte ne nka no na nansɛn anka no ntimi nyina ne na so sɛde anka yɛpɛ no wɔbi ntumi hunu sɛ dum so na ahyɛ ase o sansa bi nsiesie bi na wɔsɛ kɔ so na nkɔyi o ne nyina dato gye mpanyimfo a na ne atete akyerɛ sɛ abusua wokɔ boro mantam ɔdɔma ayinkro de ne de kyɛ ekura yi ɛne anka ne na ɔmutimi dum a bɛsa dɔnhwere num ɛne akyerɛ ansa na wɔn ma hɔ ɛno nam so ama dɔma municipal director Adama Water River Authority Yewura John anim de ato dwa kyerɛ sɛ agya ɛnya wɔ mu na empan bi empan no Ghana de ya asɛm o wɔ se empan no sɔre ya na wɔn ma bɛsisi wɔn man no yɛnka ne ano so enti wɔyɛ sɛ no a wɔsɛnka ɛdɔm boa no na empan no kwakɔ sisi so no mo ha atwene ɛno na aka wo bia man kanea ne dundum saa ɛwɔ dɔm ahenkro ne mpɔtam nti wɔn srɛ ɔmanfo sɛ kɔsi sɛ empan no bɛkɔ no deɛ yɛntwentwɛn so kakra mu yɛntie wɔ mai
Lana ifin emin oba bisi domano yo ba bi biensa sekani aduma na se nkoso bi ba ya chichim de dikan ba ko wo kasapin ba ko wo nkran kwanta na ba ko wo kokumi kurum enti memfo no ba bi a omohwe bisi mi fere won kwanta so kan kwanta for so as efiri san kwanta so ba bisi kokumi kurum na ya so so efiri kokumi kurum ya ga bisi atesi kurum bisi doma enti kan aduma ye se ya ma omoyi nkran kwanta na doma efiri na ma so abisi kasapin na ya se for to na fa le wo e bi on be so na antimi anso ala cheze port no o bitiri kasapin anim enti se e ba se port no ho dia na ye ndomafo no ye ni bibia e ba se e betwa akosi bra memfo bitimi aso sa port no wi ansa na ye nyakania port no wo kokum kro ni nkran kwanta na so sa tem na ade asa ahoma no wo wuram unhu bebia bi o dia no pai be se 5 o'clock e de nyina fi doma e de edi hwe ho se ye ko fala anto fi kokum kro akon nkran kwanta ye ko ya de kro wo so na ye ko hu ye ne se wuram ba bi na apan bi akoka live akọ na oja akoka ye odade bi a ye isolators bi si friend cross am aka ba ko na pole na that dey is ehman nam so no dade it wa bridge dade no any face ba ko ama na ko ground e ko from earth
not just empire no ankasa de omutimi ye na dɔɔso enti wo mo no ye ne abra ya penkane no no mo so keka bi bom asase no enti yesremu a enye wo mo mfotoa Voter River Authority for nya wo mo mfom so na mu mempan adawroma ana amana kwaba na sa no achi no ye no manfo binom so akasa fa ho
na de nya me ni de o ha ya adwena me ne ma wo fridge mba ye ni nyina ase because na no ye dem na enra so ye sane dem me kan na se mba ye me ne ma e ti se drink wo de woni se wa so fridge e ja no hokọ mba ye ma yi ni nyina to agu eno kra de ham se ye machines na ye se bibi wo ho aga se be bonkae anope ho kokam ye nti asa apane tindundọ manka ne a kro ti se do man hin kro ben sa no ko ne be mra bio no we de atwa yi
emoyen kra because se weda no so na edu no weda omuto nso pan nti eba ne se omo ye light no dum so sa na eba ne san so na ha yen ye adwuma no because obedu rain season is light ni gina so e gimi fa nya hwe na nya ye nko akra pese
abusia na chesa no mafo bi mo mo do ma hinkro no na mo hwe wo Facebook ne YouTube no Facebook ne Sompa 93.1 YouTube no ye Sompa TV apan no a enam no so ma kane ani dundum wo no woro na da so no na aya Grace for the light no aso kene ne bra na woro kra de ne se ba ko atuo na mentumi hunu sane wo se be renkane ano a ama na kwa akoba no sa aya Grace nso me ka de abinya ya the light no aso kene no ha mo abusuo na da no apan no we kra se nyame adom so yaku no we wa ya so kene da mo wawu enti Ghana ngadingo just baby anya baby de share that can you do so empan adawroma I care herbal clinic aya resafia ya kan for dia ma say one way just so zongo junction hono mo afiti juada akwapem memenda abusia wokwa wo ba ha kama safa no mpemu de wo ma peni mo papa wo mo na de pa ni ba mo aba osisi na ya waposo tita pa wo hona mo na tutu aye I care wo mo no papa ni ba mo no ababo pa hapati ɛno nso wɔ hɔ busti me system no na akɔdeɛ kyɛ yɛade bia yɛ pɛ sɛ ɛba wɔ nipadua nim express group nso nie express sɛ yɛnka nkyerɛ sɛ yɛde woto faa wɔkɔ no wakɔ akɔsua adeɛ ɛwɔ Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand ne deɛ keka ho fa yɛ wo mandem hyɛ ne so Kumasi WhatsApp labor runabout 0249 000448 ɛna no mɛyɛ fa seda ɛma akɔsua somwa wɔno na ɛbɛtena fidie no akyi a wɔkyenkyem de ma yɛ wɔse amfa ho ɛne ɛnei tuntum a wɔbɛhyɛ nyinaa mu no wɔne nyinaa bɛtena ha ama no nso abɔ akɔsua nyame nhyira wate na yɛma wɔne abusua no nyinaa so hyɛ den ɛno akyi no kokɔ Veronica Jando wɔno so ka ho bi ya Grace mfirida ni mu wɔno na ɛbdom boa yɛyi ɛma Facebook ɛne YouTube nso yɛkɔ hɔ bi adahyɛ no ma wɔka ho nyinaa bɔ yɛkyi dɔm yɛda mo ase yɛnsamfo panyi Ro Asante Eboa Benedict me nso ambɛtena se a mekenkan nsɛm yi ɛyɛ me akosuya ajewa kwadeɛ boaten sebere yeso so akɔ ama asɛmpa nipa beto aso na sana no na na twerebo akodua owo Gold FM Green Gold FM amanfi Western region nya ne ntia sɛ wutie dendende na me nhyira o mechia opi no achia adehye ma won mo Western enso adiamaye abusua ya damase ama moniti adomdom ye na ochina ebesehia